I mentioned something in last week's video, something that is mentioned quite a lot on this website, that on an average ordinary day you and I have 50,000 thoughts randomly whizzing through our head. But I made a very important point last week that has eluded a lot of people apparently over the many years in which I've been talking about these 50,000 pieces of crap or noise, and that is that those 50,000 thoughts, although they arise randomly, are not random. They bubble up from your subconscious mind. They were embedded there in the first place on the basis of what you learned about yourself during your formative years. So if I take a very simple example of a friend of mine who has a fear of public speaking, he actually has a picture in his mind of standing in front of the fireplace one snowy Christmas Eve many years ago when he was 4 years old, being asked to do his party piece in front of the gathered multitudes of his extended family. Just as he started singing the first bars of, I don't know, Ba Ba Black Sheep or Jingle Bells, 3 of his uncles started rolling around the place laughing, and he ran out of the room in tears and locked himself in his bedroom, never to open his mouth to sing in public again, and to develop this inability to speak effortlessly in public. The irony of it is, of course, that he discovered years later that his 3 uncles were laughing at a dirty joke. They weren't laughing at him at all. He, nowadays, or at least he had before I met him, would have thoughts that actually impeded him in meeting other people, talking to other people, and, as I say, in particular, making public speeches or presentations. The random thoughts, or the thoughts that were randomly coming from his subconscious mind, the point I made was they're not random at all, relate back to stuff that he learned years ago that are appropriate, or in fact in reality totally inappropriate, but the subconscious mind thinks they are appropriate and relevant to the circumstances in which he finds himself nowadays. The point I'm making is we have 50,000 bits of noise going through our head every day, and they're not random, they're our noise. Research has recently proven that of those 50,000 thoughts that I'm having today, 97% of them are the same as the 50,000 thoughts I had yesterday. And tomorrow, 97% of tomorrow's 50,000 thoughts will be the same as the thoughts that I have today. The point is, as adults, we never grow. We never move on. We're stuck in our own personal Groundhog Day. A couple of weeks ago, I rang an organisation asking to speak to the chief executive, as I do from time to time. Didn't know him, but I asked to speak to him anyway. And the answer I got from his PA was he doesn't talk to strangers. Now, maybe his mother told him when he was small, don't take sweets from strangers. But as an adult, as somebody who is at the head of an organisation, it's rather odd not to talk to people that you don't know. How are you ever going to discover anything other than what you think you know already? We've got to break the cycle of mindlessness. We've got to open our minds to the possibilities that life has on offer. We have got to turn off the 50,000 pieces of noise in our head. And the only way you can do that is redirect your attention to the reality of the here and now. And the best form of training to enable you to do that effortlessly is meditation. Yes, meditation again. Meditation, as I said in another video recently, is rocket fuel to propel you to where you want to go in life.